Good afternoon. So, from our previous class, today we're going to discuss more about grammar, more on grammar about phrases. And as you know, the objective of this lecture will be to capture what is a phrase, different types of phrases, and how you can use the phrase. Okay, we'll start with the meaning of the word phrase. A phrase is a group of words that does not make sense on its own. Also, traditionally, a phrase is defined as a group of words or a word that does not contain a verb and its subject, and it is used as a single part of speech. This means, number one, it distinguishes phrases from clauses. Number two, it requires that the groups of words believed to be a phrase constitute a single grammatical unit. So I think that is clear. We go to types of phrases. There are different types of phrases. There are like 5 of them. We'll start with the first one just by naming. Number 1, noun phrases. Number 2, verb phrases. Number 3, adjective phrases. Number 4, adverb phrase. Number 5, prepositional phrase. We'll start with the noun phrase. What is a noun phrase? That will be the first thing we tackle. A noun phrase is a phrase that has a noun as the head word. This is how a noun phrase is structured. That's why we'll say structure of the noun phrase. Number 1, a noun only, e.g., oranges are good. Number 2, a pronoun only. For example, he went home. He is the pronoun. Another example, a determiner and a noun. In this case, a determiner would be the, and an example of a noun would be boy, girl. For example, the boy is tall. Another structure, a determiner, adjective, and a noun. For example, a tall boy or the tall boy. There will be the determiner, tall will be adjective, and boy will be the noun. Another structure is a determiner, adjective, noun, and preposition. So we're done with that. We go to determiners. What are determiners? Do you know what is a determiner? An example of a determiner and how they used or how they occur. Okay, that is what we'll discuss. Determiners, they are used before the noun. They can include, number 1, demonstrative adjectives. For example, those, these, that, this. Those are the demonstrative adjectives. They demonstrate. We go to possessive adjectives. From the word possessive, it's something that it shows ownership. For example, her, his, my, our, your. Go to numerals. First, second, 1,000, 100. Any number that you want. We can go on. It can appear as quantifiers. For example, some, all, several, few, or any, and any. There are more. Another is articles. An example of an article are, and, fair. Fair in this case can be either pronounced as fair or the. Other examples, these, that, those, few, fewer, fewest, little, less, least, what, which, whatever, whichever, and all, those, all, some, any, no. Those are the determiners. We'll go to something else. Modifiers. These give us extra information about a word or phrases. There are two types. There are pre-modifiers and post-modifiers. We'll start with the pre-modifiers. Pre-modifiers come before the word they are modifying. That's why they're called pre. Pre means before. They include adjectives and adverbs. Go to post modifiers. They come after the word they are modifying. For example, prepositional phrase and adverbs. We go to pre-modifiers. Adjective will start with the article. For example, the woman escaped. Fair is the article fair. Adjective phrase, strong winds. Strong winds. Strong is the adjective. Demonstrative pronouns. That vase is valuable. That will be the demonstrative pronoun. We go to a noun. Metal plates shielded the instruments. Go maybe to an indefinite pronoun or quantifier. Some survivors remained. Go to the WH word. Which lobster do you want? Which in that case is the WH word. Numerals, for instance, 7 boxes fell. And ordinal, for instance, second thoughts assailed us. We go to the functions. Number 1, subject. For example, oranges are good. Go to object. There are direct object and the indirect object. We'll start with an example of a direct object. For example, the boy hit the ball. We go to indirect object. For example, Tom cooked for Mary some food. We move to the complement. Here in the complement, there is a subject complement and the object complement. So we'll start viewing examples of on how to identify the noun phrases. In each sentence below, you can identify the noun phrases, and then you can identify the part of speech of the head of any premodifiers. We have already learned what premodifiers are, so that will be quite easy for all of us. That will be quite easy for all of us to tackle. For example, the evidence was unconvincing. Number 2, the party invitations are always welcome. Number 3, many people have visited that exhibition. Number 4, their intuitions make them remarkable therapists. Number 5, dust mites cause serious allergies in some people. So we said a noun phrase, so that you can be able to do this exercise. We said a noun phrase contains determiners. And the determiners, we say they can appear as demonstrative adjectives. These, those, that, this. Possessive adjectives, her, his, my, our, you. Numerals, quantifiers, articles. And we also said that it can also have modifiers. We say there are pre-modifiers and post-modifiers. Those are the things that you need to consider. Pre-modifiers, we say they can be articles. For example, the woman escaped. Adjective phrase, strong winds. WH word, who went home, where did he go? Or it can have even numerals. So that will be pretty easy for all of us. That exercise will pretty do well. So in conclusion of what we've studied today, we've learned, number 1, what is a phrase. Number 2, we've learned what a noun phrase contains and examples of what it contains. And without forgetting, I have given an assignment and given out directives how we'll do it. Yeah, the exercise on the last PowerPoint. So any question? Have a nice afternoon. I'll see you in the next class.